Hi everyone, welcome to another episode 4 of the Second Harmonics. So back during the Coachella weekend 2, BigBang announced their 20th anniversary world tour, and I mentioned that on my Coachella review episode. Their set that night drew back some pre-2010 songs, and that alone let me kind of get into 2010's K-pop nostalgia rabbit hole. So I've been enjoying lately quite a bit of K-pop on my playlist in Spotify or even YouTube curations. And then this week they finally dropped their new world tour dates and ticket sale info, and now my Spotify weekly statistics wrapped, or whatever you want to call it, are just full of K-pop. So that's my fun fact or icebreaker for this week, and welcome to a podcast episode of this channel. Last week I did a guitar upgrade video, but it's time to get back into that podcast. But yes, BigBang story. As I mentioned, Coachella week 2. I was excited for this tour announcement from BigBang, but they finally announced the ticket release info and also the official tour dates. I'm a little bit surprised also. They're only doing maybe like 2 tours in North America, one in New York, New Jersey Stadium, quote unquote, and in World Cup terms, or MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, and one here in Bay Area, the old Oakland, the athletic stadium, the Oakland Alameda Stadium now. I'm a bit surprised. They're even skipping LA, which has probably pretty much the most Korean population here in the United States, and probably it's kind of hard to beat LA in terms of overseas Korean populations. Anyways, fun fact, I am wearing this jersey because it's World Cup season. First off, represents South Korea. Kind of fits this week's episode, and the back, which is G-Dragon's design. So it just fits the episode a lot. Anyways, this is kind of supposed to be my mid-year recap, and then I think it's going to be a lot of K-pop focused, whether it's intentional or unintentional. Let's get started. I'm just kind of with this Big Bang announcement, and then all bunch of K-pop nostalgia kicking in, and then myself throwing in whole bunch of 2010s K-pops and modern K-pops into my Spotify playlist. This just kind of got me thinking, why is this happening right now? Like, obviously I grew up in South Korea and I have a South Korean cultural background, but why is it such a thing globally, not only amongst South Koreans? This is kind of interesting and weird to think about, because growing up 2008, when I was in elementary school, and all on the way until like 2012, when I graduated elementary school and finally moved to the United States, it wasn't a big thing. Like, only probably just like South Koreans or someone who just moved to the foreign countries, like freshly, like me, or the only one who's kind of into K-pop. And with the hit of Gangnam Style, maybe that's when I kind of felt some people start to listen to it. That's where, and I think that was pretty much 2012 when I moved to United States. So, even back then it wasn't too big. It was only that song, and then suddenly I was in high school, middle school. Some people ask me what's my favorite K-pop songs, and then in college, like BTS happened, and then suddenly it's just like blew up. So I'm like, wow. I don't know what happened, but honestly, I'll take it. It's a great, small talk topics and then conversational openers. Thank you for whoever did all this great work, making my life and small talk so much easier. But anyways, it just kind of got me thinking. Yeah, why is this happening? Honestly, a lot of modern day K-pops are like quite a bit of maximalistics. It's well produced, well mixed. If unlike the 2010s, like a lot of people like me who's in mid 20s and late 20s and even 30s probably have that nostalgia to quote unquote second generation K-pop, which is like pre 2010s and then later 2010s. Uh, but in terms of production, um, this modern day K-pops in this generation is so much better than those generations. But I think a lot of people who grew up with it still missed the second generation K-pop because of I don't know these singers or groups are just out there for like over 10 years and almost 20 years now. So obviously their performances and all the things will be so much better than these younger K-pop idols. But still, I think it's another nostalgia. It's like nostalgia, and then them being so great in live performances, kind of hitting that market. But anyways, Big Bang's such an icon in this second generation K-pop, and they are the guys. And as I mentioned in my Coachella review, anyone in mid 20s, late 20s, 30s, whatever, who grew up with this K-pop or Korean background will admire them. And then they're just like widely loved throughout everyone. So, um, I don't know. Maybe that news, like them releasing new albums and then going back in this tour mode and a whole bunch of things, like first time after, I don't know, God knows how long it has been, over 5 years, 7 years, something like that. Just probably uh, got my switch pretty much turned on in terms of, you know, K-pop mode, and then I started just like binge listening a bunch of these. So maybe that's why my later towards like May or just even beginning of the May, I started to hit like binge listen to a bunch of K-pops. Um, so yeah, it's kind of a big part of this first half of this year, I guess. So yeah, this Big Bang Brothers or Youngs, they've really scratch that sleeping desire for K-pop, I guess, for me. And like starting with that, I of course like tried to dig into or just listen to a bunch of the modern day ones. And like I mean, there's obviously popular ones: BTS, Le Sserafim, Blackpink, and all those people. And honestly, it's such a good songs to listen to when you're in gym. Also, it's just mostly upbeat beats. A lot of them are. They used to be hip hop and EDM based, but now they're mixing some of these alternative rock band kind of background musics too, because that's pretty much a big thing in South Korea now. So it's just really great songs to listen to when you're working out, and then helps you get pumped and motivated. So I think that's why K-pop has it started with Big Bang, but it kind of stayed at my playlist because I part of my lifestyle is just work, gym, home, and then gym is a big part where I'm just like locked in and just listen to music also. So I think that's why it just kind of got stuck in my playlist for so long. But anyways, like back to that worldwide syndrome of K-pop being a thing now. Like K-pop Demon Hunters probably played a role, but uh, still, it's just kind of weird to think of it because we always thought this is just, oh, who will listen to this? It's just us. And now it's just, wow, everyone listens to it. Everywhere I go, people ask me about that, and then it's just unbelievable to me sometimes. So, yeah, I thought it might be, although it's not my usual topic or usual like go-to music I listen to. I thought it was kind of interesting contrast to Spotlight, and since it's been kind of undeniable fact that K-pop has been my large part of playlist. First half of this year, I thought I wanted to mention this, and I'm super excited for this Big Bang tour. The ticket sale goes live this upcoming Friday, or maybe Saturday. Anyways, super nervous. I hope I get something. Um, yeah, maybe this is my biggest concert of the year. Last year was Oasis. Honestly, really great, unbelievable. But this is one of my big artists too. So looking forward for it. So I mentioned this is my sort of a mid-year recap. Although I started this podcast maybe around March, it's still June of this year. So I thought it might be good to do like what have been on my mind and what I have been listening or what I've been doing in terms of music related stuff in this mid-June time period. So yeah, let's jump on to the next topic, which is Discovery. I think highlight of Discovery of this year for me. And then that's band called Wolf Alice. Um, I don't know. I knew of them as I mentioned before, but it's just this year was kind of my first time just kind of binge listening and then focusing them on album based, just listen to their albums focused. So I kind of, and then I've been pretty much enjoying listening to them quite a bit. So I wanted to focus, give them a little bit of a shout out or spotlight here on this episode. Uh, they're in Lollapalooza, but not in Outside Land. It's a bummer. I hope I get to see them live. But maybe that it's not gonna be this year. But anyways, I think my favorite album I mentioned is Blue Weekend. And I think I really like their the most recent album, which is The Clearing. But still, the Blue Weekend is my unchanging favorite of from their music. And then I kind of thought about what about them I really like about like. I mentioned I'm a big fan of Hayley Williams or Paramore, uh, and then all these like pretty much strong female vocals maybe. And then I also kind of talked about like maybe if I really appreciate the vocals who can, especially female vocals, because they're so rare in this band scene who can produce such a strong vocal presence, even with the strong or quite a bit of punchy instrumental things that's going on at the background. Um, I really appreciate that, and then Hayley Williams is does such a great job of that. That's why I really like her. And then Suki Waterhouse, obviously she has some unique voices to that. So I really loved her performance back in last year's Levi's opening. Oh, by the way, I'm going tangent again, but I have to mention this. She is releasing a new album, but she's also doing a bit of a tour. She's also in Lollapalooza. God damn it, why? Anyways, she's also coming to San Francisco for Strong Grove Festival, but I think the festival is just like lottery only. I register for it. So I'm just kind of praying to the God that I get that ticket as well. I mean, thank God I got to see her last time, luckily, or discover her even during that performances. But yeah, still, I after I dig her music a little bit more, I want to try to go to her performance and see how my perspective and things has changed according to uh, my extensive listening and digging of her music. So I mentioned before, I really love doing this. After I discovered this artist and then did like digging versus you know before I did this digging versus after I did this digging contrast, it's gonna be pretty interesting. So I thought that'll be a fun thing to do, and then I want to see her live again. So I thought that'll be fun. Uh, yeah. So um, that's why I kind of wanted to mention that. But anyways, let's get back to why I really like the Wolf Alice, and then think she is my discovery of this year. And if you're anything like me, I think a lot of music bases I really love comes from like Oasis type of music. And then like if you take a look at some of these K-pop indie artist, Korean indie artists, more like Hanoro, or anything, or even Geese actually, they have a simple chord progression that kind of repeats, and that anyone kind of can get hooked onto their music. Oasis, especially Noel Gallagher's songwriting style, does such a great job of that. He keeps it simple, but people can hook to the melody. Um, Pretty addictive, easy to follow along, and I think I love that type of thing. Um, and there is a bit of unresolved tension building up on their musics. It's kind of like a bluesy feeling. Blues chord progression does that really good job of building up that tension of uneasiness, but later they kind of releases that tension in these type of, I don't know, maybe alternative rock or pop rock genres, and I think that really works for me. And then Wolf Alice does pretty good job of that as well. So and the vocals presence among this hard maximalist uh, instrument usage does just really good job on me. Um, and then their music is a little bit on the darker side in terms in their tonality. So it's definitely like not the music you're gonna say, oh my god, I feel like so happy and then joyful listening to it. But I really like that dark-ish tension that you can feel. So anyways, it has really good layering depth, and that bluesy tension that builds up, and then later it just pops all that tension. I love that. And just maxing out whole instrument usage, and then powerful female vocal that can even stand out during that maximum instrument usage. I really appreciate that. So I think that's why this band stood out to me so much, and is discovery of this first half of year for me. So yeah, if you like that type of music, again, I think it's one band to check it out. Obviously, they're getting bigger and bigger. So yeah, check them out. If they're in your town, I highly recommend seeing it. Unfortunately, not for me. Okay. Okay, so let's jump into a little bit of a nerdy topic, which is my guitar gears. I last video was obviously my guitar upgrade video of that pink Strat over there. I've been feeling a little bit of back pain and neck pain, so I haven't been playing too much. So I've been just kind of stretching. But honestly, it feels so sweet after I replaced that pickup. It's like entirely new instruments. I feel like I bought a new guitar. It's almost like I'm in a honeymoon phase with that thing now. But yeah, I was super happy with how that turned out. It was a fun process to do it. Maybe I'm gonna do that for my Epiphone semi-hollow Sheraton over there. Maybe not. I kind of like that keeping that thing authentic without anything changed in the pickup. Maybe I will upgrade potentiometer in the future because I just don't like the feeling of that. But anyways, um, yeah, that was a fun project to work on. And another project I'm working on is doing my own version or copy of Timmy or Janray overdrive circuitry. I've been doing this for quite a bit. Well, I've been working on this project for quite a bit because I've been lazy and not working on it. I have a schematic and everything. And then I even built my first build. The problem was sound was not coming out. I was wondering a lot of things why, and then I finally debugged that thing. It took me quite a bit to debug why. I still don't know exact root cause of why that thing did not work, but I know the workaround around. So maybe that can be another video. It was a weird debugging processes. And then one lesson I learned is do not design or review your circuits when you are maybe 2 cans of beers in. I designed that circuit with that thing. There was a little bit of a stupid mistakes, but still, this critical issue that I found is not dependent on my design. I think it's something weird, but it was interesting. So maybe I'll share that in the future video once I finish that project up. I think I want to start from my scratch PCB and then see if I can replicate the issue. If I do, I have a workaway around solution. So if it works, it works. That's just engineering, I guess. So I can only guess what went exactly wrong, but maybe I damaged the IC because who knew? I'm not too used to guitar pedals typical standards, but apparently the guitar power supplies are center negative and then edge positive instead of being center positive and edge being the ground, which is just genuinely other electronics power supply. So yeah, well, figuring that out was fun. So yeah, I'm working on that project. Maybe pedal board evolution is another good content to cover later on. I don't have a good history or picture of this capture, but I have my own logic of why I bought this thing and then it's configured this way. So maybe it's something good to share, and then it's just gear talks or something nerdy and fun to talk about. And then you can go on and on and on about this topic. So it's something maybe I want to share later on. So that was my technical project aspect of first half of this year. Honestly, pretty good year in terms of technical projects. Like especially with the busy work year, this year I've been pretty much pulling like 9 p.m. to 7 p.m., 9 p.m. to 8 p.m. sometimes. Yeah, working on 2 personal projects, technical projects. I'm kind of proud of myself for being able to pull that off. It's just need to take care of a little bit of the health things now, so pushing that off. But what's coming up next for last half of this year? I have a couple of concerts that I'm looking forward to. Wave to Earth, another Korean indie band that's also popular here in United States. I'm going to their concert in September. Obviously, Ausland is coming up in the first week of August. BigBang tour. I'm praying I get a ticket. I mean, come on, why only 2 shows in North America? This is gonna be a bloodbath. I can't believe they skipped LA. Anyways, enough ranting for that. And another thing I'm going to is I'm running back Wolfpack again this year. In Berkeley Theater, so it's going to be very different vibes than the Red Rock last year. But I'm still looking forward for seeing them. Such an enjoyable live performance to see Dio Katzman. He's such a talented artist. I was more excited to see Corey Wong last year, but this year after seeing Wolfpack, I'm just really excited to see Theo Casman. Wow, he can do all sorts of things. I recommend y'all all checking him out. He's just versatile and very good artist in general. So that's coming up. I'm still debating if I should go to Poppy. She's a metal artist. She's playing literally like 2 days before the Outside Land starts, and I have a 3-day ticket. So I want to go, and then my inner mind is calling you should go, because like some artists like that is kind of rare. She does heavy metal, but her voice is such a like crystal clear when she's actually singing, but she can actually do the growling things in heavy metal. I don't know, it's just rare to see those artists. So if I can survive that week of August, I should go. The tickets are still available, so let's see how my back and neck health goes as it progresses to August. There's a Knocked Loose concert announced in the day of freaking Halloween. Convincing my friend to go, but depending on how it turns out, I may or may not go. Honestly, spending your Halloween mosh pit sounds amazing. I went to Baby Metal concert during last Halloween, ditching all the parties, but that was also pretty damn fun. So we'll see how it goes. So those are a little bit of a potential concerts and confirmed concert schedule. Oh, there's also the Bleachers concert at Berkeley Theater in September, which I'm also trying to see if I have a time to go. I think it's Thursday, so it's a little bit of like, oh man, I need to drive 45 minutes back and forth. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so yeah, it's a mid-year recap, but it's been a pretty short episode. I've from last couple episodes, I think I only put out like maybe 3 or 4 podcast videos and a little bit of this small guitar upgrade video. But one thing I try to improve on is general quality vocabulary of adjectives, as I mentioned before, and how to keep people more engaged, and then in the beginnings, really, because I used to start with a little bit of personal facts. I don't know if that's something people is interested for ice breaking. That's why I started out with Big Bang stuff as a hook or icebreaker this episode. It was kind of like, hey, gotcha, I said about this and they're doing this thing. So that was a little bit fun, so maybe I should start doing that if it turns out okay. So a whole bunch of these stuff are just kind of learning experiences, but I'm glad I'm doing this because it's really good opportunity to capture and keep track of and organize what I'm doing in terms of my hobbies and what I'm interested in other than work. So it's been a pretty valuable experience of doing this. And then I'm trying to keep up with ideally 1 video a 2 week, but sometimes I'm just way too drained this year. There's just a lot going on, so at least 1 video a 3 week is a reasonable commitment. So yeah. But I'm just trying to see how I can improve on general quality, and maybe I should spend more time on doing a little bit more fun editing videos. Last video took quite a bit of effort, even if it was 10 minutes, and a whole bunch of that. So and if I'm doing a concert review, I think I should try to include a lot more live footages, because I think that's going to be more interesting and engaging to include those. So yeah, that's just kind of my mid-year ranting and recap, and then what I'm looking forward of Go Big Bang. They're my goats. And yeah, that's it for this episode. See you guys next time.